When the client says, "Can you do it cheaper?"
This is one of the most on-point memes I have found recently. It is the perfect illustration of the continuum of quality. I have spent years trying to explain the range of design quality options in e-learning and being asked to quote for the hanging horse, not the integrated sculpture. So what is quality assurance in e-learning? Stick around for my take and some real examples of these two different horses. Quality assurance in e-learning. What constitutes quality in an online learning program or course causes much debate in academia. I once had someone private message me on LinkedIn to tell me that my latest video about educational videos was wrong based on her research. When I asked which part she disagreed with, she told me that I'd need to pay her a consultancy fee to find out. So, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to reference any formal academic research. I'm going to talk through quality based on over 7 years in online design and as an avid learner myself through the interwebs. Because we all know quality when we see it. Building good foundations. I love using the house analogy when talking about learning design, because our first job is to lay the foundations. This is the number one influencing factor on quality. You can tell when someone started building the walls before they laid the cement in an online course. How? Well, here are some telltale signs. 1. Language and grammar inconsistencies. Maybe program is spelt in some places with an AMME, in other places with an AME.
Whoops, Bianca meant AM.
You will see the course referred to as a course, then a program, then a module accidentally as a topic, etc., etc. Inconsistent voice. Maybe it switches between active and passive. For example, active, the manager performs the safety check, and passive, the safety check is performed by the manager. 2. Structure. So you see there are 6 modules, but then you also see a bunch of tabs that look like modules at the end. As a learner, you click on module 1 and you read that there's actually 8 modules and 2 are optional, hence they are not labelled the same. This is a classic case of poor design up front. It's either 6 or 8, not 6 plus 2 if you feel like it because we have more content we want to include. The other structural issue that is obvious is when a module or chunk of content appears to be random, so it doesn't seem to fit the flow. This could be because the designers have not mapped each module back to the learning outcomes, and maybe not written learning outcomes at all. I was recently reviewing a video script. The content creator had done a great introduction to the video by telling us what the video will cover. But then, midway through, he started talking about something else entirely. It was related, but it was kind of a side note. This happened because he hadn't upfront decided what the learning outcomes of that video would be. A bit like if now I started talking about the importance of design thinking and learner personas. Related to quality, but not core to this video. 3. Brand and style. This one is my favourite. It can sometimes be the funniest one to discover. Remember clip art? Well, as crazy as it sounds, I have still seen these types of images in slide decks over the last few years. The best was when I was reviewing a slide deck connected to a blended program and there were 4 clip art images on top of each other next to some text. I asked the subject matter expert which one they planned to use. They said,
"All of them, I just couldn't choose. They were all so nice."
I get it, not everyone has an eye for beauty or realises how tacky slides and incongruent images can affect learning. But this affects accessibility, cognitive load, and hurts the eyes of us lovers of beauty. You get what you pay for. I say all this at the same time as empathising with organisations who need to ask for the cheaper price. Budgeting is hard in online learning. Unlike in the old days, when face-to-face training was pretty much the only way, costs used to be spread over the lifetime of the delivery. So you paid a bit to design, but the delivery was expensed as demanded. In the online learning world, most organisations need to front up 80% of the total course costs before launching. Hence the need to have enough cash up front to allow for the amortisation of these costs over the lifetime. This is the biggest barrier I see for investing in quality, because the gamble is high. If the business case is not solid enough and there is too much risk, then all of this quality could go to waste because there'll be no learners to pay for it. Check out this video I posted on Opeda about 2 years ago with this exact dilemma. We need to learn how to build quality while being sustainable. Final thoughts on quality. let's look back at our initial thought-provoking meme. In the case of this hanging horse v sculpture, it's clear to see that they shouldn't have even bothered with the cheap version. There is no value at all there. But in online courses, there are levers that you can pull to save cash that don't compromise on the learner experience to a negative degree. But it will be the learning designers who know how to make these trade-offs. If you come to someone like me with a tiny budget, I won't be able to do much for you. I run a multidisciplinary agency and therefore have to charge based on projects to buffer all of my lumpy revenue. But you can watch all of my YouTube videos and teach yourself some fundamentals. The question we all must ask is becoming an expert in course design and development my core business? If not, then outsource, but make sure your business case is good enough to make your ROI goals. If building courses needs to be your core business, then I'm glad you're still watching. Now please subscribe and check out OP Learning for some more LD gold. And for more on what learning designers actually do, check out this oldie but a goodie. And until next time, stay awesome.